Very
I
much.
bet a lot of Liverpool fans, like Leo, will think will think
Talk
that
to you.
Yeah, will think that this midfield crisis is sorted now. Oh, we've
Yeah.
got Szoboszlai,
Szoboszlai,
McAllister, we're in with Lavia.
great.
Right, I'm about to kick you in the nuts.
Hi. This is Chapmen Talk Football 3, where we talk about football for the third time.
The third time's the
Third
charm.
time. Oh, hat trick. So you
Oh.
got football terms.
Yeah,
Look at
come
that.
on.
See, we've got a lot to cover in this episode, but how are you, Luke?
Yeah,
How are
do you know
you?
what? I'm spiffing, mate.
Spiffing. Tell me about.
No one really cares how you are, so let's just move on to the football.
Okay. Well, first topic on the list is Rasmus Hojlund, because he's gone to Manchester
What a
United
honker.
for a big fee. Big.
Yeah.
70 million euros.
I mean, that's. I mean, do we need to say any more? I mean, who even is he? You know what
Well,
I mean?
I'll tell you who he is.
Rasmus Hojlund, more like.
Wow.
Come on.
Do you know what, Luke? Be a bit more respectful. Just be a bit more. Just calm yourself down and just show a bit more respect. This is an elite striker that we've signed.
You've seen him play loads, haven't you?
Oh, loads of times. He's a Danish striker who I think scored a hat trick for Denmark in one game, and that's what put him on the map. And then Atalanta's strikers got injured, and then he started and he scored 9 goals and in 32 appearances.
Hell, I wish I paid 70 mil now.
Really, that's 9 goals in 20 starts, so don't get it twisted. All right, Rasmus Hojlund is a fantastic footballer. You know, I've seen him play so elegant on the pitch.
We know all about his play style.
No, let's be real. We've needed a long-term striker for a while, and it's good that we've got one.
Yeah.
But the original fee was 50 million euros, which is a lot more reasonable.
And even then, it's still a bit.
It's pushing it a bit.
I mean, everyone's whinging at us paying 65 for Havertz.
Yeah.
And he's like he's
sort
a
of
proven European level player.
I wouldn't say he's proven in the sense that he's reached his full potential,
No.
but he's a very good player. And Rasmus Hojlund for 70 million euros. I think Mark Goldbridge put it best, and he's like busy mates with Rasmus Hojlund because he's followed him on Instagram or something.
Oh.
Hojlund followed him on Instagram. So he said, I like Hojlund, I'm going to support him. You know, we needed a striker for a while, but what the fuck went wrong in the negotiations?
Yeah.
It started at 50 million euros. That was reported by almost every Man United journalist. Suddenly it was 70 million, like when it was announced. I don't know what went wrong, and I don't know why Atalanta think he's worth that. In what world is he worth that?
I know, 70. Bloody hell, the world's gone mad. I mean, we should have known
crazy.
from Mudryk and I think Enzo Fernandez and Mudryk. I think these players will turn good, but
They will come good.
I mean,
eventually.
come on,
Yeah.
250 mil something between the pair of them. It's just
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is on that level because I think Rasmus Hojlund is a very good player, undoubtedly, and I think there's a chance he hits the ground running with Man United. And we.
The thing is, that's why I was excited about you signing him, because when you go for the big strikers, it never really works, and when you go for Igalo, for example, it works. Yeah, fair enough. Weghorst is just terrible, as we were saying before, but I thought that would have made it a good move. But now it's 70 mil. It does worry me a little bit that there's going to be a bit too much expectation. Because 70 million, you have to start. He has to be the number 9 starting every game.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I was saying when we were talking about is like we haven't had a long-term striker for ages. It's always been Ronaldo and Cavani
and Martial as well,
Van Persie
lurking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've never had a proper long-term striker. We've got someone who's 20 years old now. He's already started his career off relatively well. He's a good player. I really need to watch him play. We've needed a striker, and I think when I've watched this in pre-season, we played Sancho as a false 9 a lot. Yeah. Which is a weird one. I don't like Rashford at centre forward, and weirdly in pre-season I think we've been better when we've had Joe Hugel there, who is not a top quality striker, not even a first team level striker really. But I feel like we've been better in pre-season when we had actually a designated number 9.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm excited about it. Yeah,
no, I think Sancho. I think he can play a decent role at that false 9, but I think we need to find where he plays really.
I have always said number 10.
Yeah, I think he will do better number 10 because he's really good technically, but he's not really the fastest player.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of just sprinting down the channels.
Yeah, Ten Hag says he prefers Sancho in the central areas as opposed to being on the wing, and I think false 9 isn't.
And I mean, you can.
A very good compromise.
To be fair, you could tell that just from the wingers he has. I mean, Rashford and Antony both are cutting in type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
he loves that kind of thing. So hopefully, I think just to wrap up on Hojlund, I'm going to support him. I'm very, very excited, but by no means is it a fantastic deal.
No, yeah.
Because I think at 50 million, maybe you can bed him in. You can give him time.
You've paid like 30 million less than we paid for Rice.
Yeah.
And like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is in euros, but yeah, it's 40 million less. Like it's a bit mental. Like I think at 50 million euros, you can give him time. He can bed in. At 70 million euros, he has to start scoring now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
and he has to be playing like every game, number 9, starting all the games.
Exactly. And on the topic of Man United, we've also signed Andre Onana, who we did cover in the first episode a little bit. But there's been a big debate, Luke, about how good actually is he? Where does he rank among Premier League goalkeepers already? And I'll tell you what, I think I have the answer. If I can find it, I think I have the answer. Because we sort of want to do like a top 10 goalkeepers thing, and I think if I can get you to just sort of react to mine and see what you think. I can't find it anywhere, Luke. There we go. I've got it. Right, number 10, Kepa. Obviously, we're not really focusing on much of the order of plays. We're mainly focusing on Onana. But if you have any big, grievances with this list, then please, lay them on me. I've gone Kepa at 10. He's not very good. Jordan Pickford at 9. I think he's a better goalkeeper than Kepa, and I think he's a bit disrespected sometimes. Leno at 8. I think he had a really good season.
He wouldn't have been there at Arsenal, would he?
No way. I think that move for both parties has been really good. Leno coming in for Arsenal, because not Leno, Ramsdale coming into Arsenal, and Leno going to Fulham. I think it's been a really good move. Raya at 7. He's probably not going to be starting for Brentford, but I think we'll get onto it a bit later. He's linked with Arsenal strongly, unless you want to talk about that now. He's linked very strongly.
We've apparently we're having salary talks with him.
You've opened talks.
That could be really interesting, but like I say, he probably. I mean, if he's happy being a backup goalie, I still think Ramsdale should be the number 1.
I think Ramsdale will be number 1 at the beginning, but I think Raya will no doubt be competition. And my feeling is Raya will eventually replace Ramsdale, because there's things he can do that Ramsdale can't. And I know it's always a hippie thing of with his feet, because like you want your goalkeeper to use his hands, but Raya is better at pass. Like, I mean, we saw some stats earlier that Raya's pass accuracy and Ramsdale's is sort of the same, but Raya's completed a lot more passes. Yeah. So I think Arteta will like a more active goalkeeper. So my feeling,
and he's Spanish as well.
Spanish, maybe, yeah. So I get the feeling that he's gonna long term focus on David Raya, although Ramsdale is a bit younger, isn't he?
Yeah, Ramsdale. I think Raya's 26 or something like that, 27,
around that range.
And, Ramsdale's 24, I think 25.
Yeah, he's surprisingly young. Well, either way, Kepa at 10, Pickford at 9, Leno at 8, Raya at 7, Emi Martinez at 6, and I think this is where we start to get into the realm of like world class goalkeepers. Is above him. Nick Pope at 5. I think he is better than Martinez. If push came to shove, it is a toughie.
I don't know. I think I'd probably. I think it's close. I think I'd maybe put Martinez 5th. Yeah, I think I'd just swap them around.
I mean that's fair. I think if push came to shove, I'd probably edge it Nick Pope. But Edison at 4, I have. Yeah. I don't rate him really. He's really really good with his feet, but he's had a couple of honkers, and I think he's very overrated. I think Andre Onana.
He's still obviously world class, but
yeah, I think. In my opinion, I don't think there's much debate that the top 3 goalkeepers is Alisson, Ramsdale and Onana. It's just what order you put them. And I know that's a bit disrespectful to Edison.
Onana going in 3rd.
I think he should go in 3rd, 100%.
I think what we should do is get rid of Kepa and just move everyone down.
You know what I
mean? Like get rid of Kepa and just bring everyone down a bit, because I think Pope going into 6th, Martinez 5th, and then Onana 4th, Ramsdale 3rd, and then I'd probably put Edison and Alisson, to be honest.
Really?
I think Edison's he's better than Ramsdale.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Aaron Ramsdale is a much better shot stopper than Edison.
I just think them two are the keepers for the best teams in the league for the reason.
That is true.
A reason, you know what I mean?
That is very true.
Like, he's a treble-winning goalkeeper as well. Like, let's not.
Yeah.
Ramsdale's been relegated 3 times. I think Ramsdale was the best keeper in the league last year, but yeah.
I've had to put him.
Still, you've got facts.
The order I've put them in is Onana third, Ramsdale second, and for me that is even close. But obviously, I don't think you can put Onana straight in there because Ramsdale's just had the season of his life, and I think Alisson is.
Well, Onana, they did get to Champions League final, to be fair. So
yeah,
I suppose he's up there. But I think to say he's the top 3 in the Prem when he hasn't even played there yet, I don't know.
No, I'm very confident about Onana, and this could all blow up in my face, but I don't rate Edison at all. And well, not at all. I think he's a good keeper, but I think people sort of overestimate his abilities, especially with shot stopping. And Onana, like when they faced each other in the Champions League final, Onana just showed his quality. Like some of the saves he made, and people were always talking about like when he came into the midfield in that final as well, did that weird shit. Like I've seen all the memes of like Onana when Man United are on a counter attack or something.
He's lost the ball. Have you seen? There's a few clips of him doing that though and losing it.
Yeah,
there's a few clips of that.
I've no doubt that at the start, because the defenders are used to playing with David De Gea, is just really.
Have you seen? He saved a penalty against Dortmund.
Did he?
Onana, yeah.
Yeah,
so he saved a penalty, and there's a video of him like screaming at Maguire.
Yeah.
Like the defending was really bad or something.
Fuming at that. Absolutely fuming at that. I don't know what they get. Like, don't shout at him like that, Andre.
He's our captain.
Come on. Well, he's not anymore.
Well, yeah, he's not anymore. Is
he? He might have been for that game though if Bruno wasn't on the pitch.
Yeah, he's just screaming at his defenders already. But I suppose he's showing what he brings.
Yeah.
You need a goalkeeper who's barking out orders.
You do, and that's. I think he ranks third, and I will back him. I think he is the third best keeper in the league now, and he can only go up from there. That's what I feel. Like I rate him so highly. So what would your like top 5 order sort of be?
My top 5 would be,
because you said like Martinez at 5th because you've swapped him and Pope, right?
I don't know.
It's hard to rank.
I think I would put actually Ramsdale maybe above Edison Warner. I think I would put. Okay, right. Here's my list. I'd put Alisson, Ramsdale, Edison, Martinez, Onana.
Oh, I don't know about
that. I think that, yeah.
I can see why Martinez is more proven.
Martinez, that performance in the FA Cup final for us, and then obviously he's won a World Cup as well.
Onana is also world class. Obviously, there's no doubt Martinez.
Yeah, I mean we're talking about the top 10 keepers in the best league in the world.
I mean these are like I think from 5 or 6 onwards, that's your world class keepers.
Yeah.
Martinez, Pope, Edison, Onana, Ramsdale, Alisson. Those are like top quality keepers.
Yeah.
And the standard of goalkeeping is so high, it'll be hard.
The standard of keepers unbelievable. We're forgetting Keylor Navas. Is it? Fucking Forest.
Well, he's not. I don't think he's there.
Or has he gone back now?
No, he's gone back.
I mean?
But he was.
I would have put him over Kepa
crazy.
And stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's some goalkeepers that I've missed, like all the Brighton goalkeepers, like Sanchez.
But Sanchez
isn't really going to start anymore. You've got Verbruggen who's just joined, but he's joining from the Belgian league and he's 19. And Steele hasn't really been given enough games for Brighton yet. And I think he's going to be the keeper that starts the season because apparently there's problems with Sanchez. But I think I don't like having Kepa in there at all.
Yeah, it feels weird, doesn't it?
It feels so weird, but I
suppose
just don't
Mendy's
know
gone as well now.
Yeah, I'm so surprised they're not in for a keeper.
I know Pochettino wants Kepa to be his number 1, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
I'm so confused. Like managers seem to do that.
There's a lot of managers who wanted Kepa as well, aren't they? Yeah. We're forgetting Sari or whatever was the one who signed Kepa in 2018.
Yeah, for a world record fee, by the way.
And that was when he was just. I remember on FIFA, his name was actually just Arrizabalaga.
Yeah, but now everyone calls him Kepa. It's like when we called Azpilicueta Azpi.
Azpi. Oh, they were the days.
And then people finally learned how to pronounce it.
Azpi days.
Azpi. Bloody hell. Well, yeah, I'm surprised because if you think about Chelsea managers, Kepa was the starter until Frank Lampard came in both times. Yeah. He's the only one that's put Mendy in the team. Yeah, and like.
Yeah, and he will have bought Mendy as well,
he did buy Mendy. He was in that window where they bought, well, that everyone said was the best transfer window ever.
They bought Werner and Havertz, Ziyech,
And in fairness, they did win the Champions League that season.
But they've all gone now.
But yeah, they're all gone.
And they didn't win it with Lampard either. So
no, it was with Tuchel.
Yeah.
But I think the only 2 players that are still in that team are James and Chilwell, right? The only 2 players that started in that final. Or did James not start that final? I don't remember. There's only 2 players left from that final who are still in the team.
Yeah, it'd be Chilwell and James probably.
It'll be Chilwell and James.
Kante, Kovacic, they've all gone.
Yeah.
Havertz,
all of them are gone. Rudiger.
Pulisic gone.
All of them have gone out.
Yeah, I think literally everyone.
Literally.
Oh, fucking hell, that's crazy. I suppose Kepa will have been on bench.
Yeah, Kepa will have been on the bench, yeah. I mean,
wow, crazy. That was only 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's absolutely mental.
But that just shows everything that's gone wrong there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So much has gone wrong at that club. Jesus Christ.
Awful. awfully run, and it's all Todd Bowley. All
yeah,
to do with him.
That's what I mean. It's such a shame about Abramovich because I don't want to get political here, but it's just a shame that he was pals with Putin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just a shame that he was a Russian oligarch.
Yeah, because he was a good owner, and I don't think he was causing any ruckus around it.
Yeah,
but we just can't have business owners.
His ownership style was really, really, really interesting as well, because he would literally just back a manager 100% and expect them to win something.
And also, I think he embedded almost the culture there now as well. Chelsea don't have an identity anymore.
Yeah, he created that culture. I think he created the culture that made Graham Potter fail, because Graham Potter is a long-term manager.
Yeah,
and Chelsea fans just weren't ready.
Yeah,
for that.
they've got a really bad identity crisis going on at the minute.
Yeah,
and
I think
Poch,
really do.
And I think Poch makes it, as much as I do think he's going to do well. I do think he's going to do well, but I think almost he makes it worse in a way.
Really?
Because of the identity thing, is a sense he is a bit of a long-term manager. So is it the new identity? Yeah. But he's also in between, because he's not like Potter level. He is a bit better than Graham Potter.
Yeah.
He's not a Conte Mourinho. So what is their goal with him? You know what I mean?
I think it is a really good appointment, because my grievance with the sacking of Potter is they've got a young group of players. Potter's strength is working with them. Why would you back him that much, sign loads of young players where they're only going to come good in 5 years, and then sack Potter a couple months later? Yeah, it doesn't make it at least. And give
they
them
sign them all on 7-year deals as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Modric and all that.
Absolutely crazy. I think there's a word for. I think that's called amortization, where you sort of divide the fee over a certain number of years to get around FFP or whatever. But yeah, that's why I found it quite puzzling. But I think the appointment of not Mourinho, Pochettino is really good, because he can work with young players as well, and they've got a really young core now, got a really young group of players there. Yeah, and
they're all, like I say, they're all on big contracts as well, so they all sort of have in their minds that they're part of a project as well.
Yeah. By the way, watching them in pre-season, I've only seen them play. I think I've watched them against Brighton.
Yeah, I mean that's just the thing. They've played in the mid-table cup, haven't they?
Well, they won the summer series.
They won it. Yeah, they won the summer series.
They won it. Fantastic.
Newcastle were in there.
Good trophy, guys.
Yeah, come on. That's all you'll be winning this year.
There you go. I mean, Spurs will be going absolutely mental with the summer series win.
But, they have won their pre-season thing, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, they did. Yeah, so their trophy cabinet is stacked full now.
It's got the Audi Cup, the fucking whatever this one is.
I think it's Titans Cup, something weird.
Something T. Yeah, I knew it was going to be T. Yeah,
it was Tigers Cup, isn't it?
Tigers Cup. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they've also got the trophy of Harry Kane potentially. You know, that's a huge trophy. Harry Kane being a good goal scorer in the Premier League. That's it. Oh my god!
He's
what a
trophy. Going to Bayern now.
Apparently, historic deal. But just to finish on Chelsea though, watching them in pre-season, I'm really excited to watch them in the Premier League, because their defence looks awful. Yeah. But going forward, Nico Jackson looks like such a player.
Yeah, and Kunku and Nico Jackson as well. Jackson looked brilliant against Brighton, especially the way they were linking. He was
yeah.
Oh god, the way he was linking up with play and bringing everyone into the game. It was it was really interesting, because obviously, like I say, we haven't watched him in La Liga. Yeah. It's from Villarreal, isn't it?
Villarreal. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see them too, but hopefully they finish 12th again.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Come on, the Blues. No, but Nkunku played 3 different positions in the whole pre-season. He played on the left wing, attacking midfield, and at striker at points. And it's given me a really big headache for my FPL team, Luke. Really big, because do I go for Nkunku or do I go for Nico Jackson? Oh, it's tough, you know. And,
go for Nkunku.
You know, my whole season is going to be dependent on that. You know, that's what happens. Well, speaking of nothing. Aston Villa.
Speaking of nothing,
I was trying to physically turn in. Aston Villa have signed some new players.
They've signed some good players.
Some very good players, and they look serious about getting top 4.
Yeah, they've got some great intentions.
Yeah,
but I mean, we've seen Emery try to get top 4 before.
Yeah,
and. Well,
the less said.
No, I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest. I don't know why I brought it up.
Well, they've signed. I think we should go over the new signings. Yuri Tillemans, and you know my feelings on Yuri Tillemans. Yeah, I think he's grossly overrated.
Yeah, but I still think even if that is your opinion, it is a good signing.
For free, yeah.
Exactly. We were Arsenal, United, and everyone was looking at paying 40 mil last year.
I genuinely think Fred is better than Tillemans.
Okay.
But if Tillemans joined, I don't think he starts ahead of Fred, because Fred is he presses way more. Tillemans is defensively.
Yeah, as well. I don't think maybe they don't really play the same.
Don't get me wrong. If you're asking someone to go forward, someone to attack more, Tielemans is without like the rocket he has on that right foot is ridiculous. I'm really hoping he's right-footed now. I'm just assuming he is. But he's I'm awful with footedness. But Tielemans is I just think he's really overrated. And I saw something an interesting point someone made is that Tielemans has been playing almost a full season, like every game of a full season since he was like 16, 17, because of what he was doing in Belgium or whatever, or at least since he was really young.
He's been playing. Yeah, and he actually stayed at Anderlecht longer than a lot of people thought as well.
Yeah.
I remember in 2015-16 he was linked with like Arsenal and clubs, and then he still played there for a few years.
Yeah,
exactly. And then didn't he even go? Did he go to Lille or something at one point, or not Lille? Was it? That's where
he went to Monaco.
Oh, Monaco, that was it.
Yeah, he went to Monaco and then joined Leicester from there. But I saw someone make a good point that usually when players have been playing that much since they were 16 or at least very young, they tend to like burn out earlier or their careers end earlier. Like if you think of like Rooney and Lukaku, for example, their careers really have taken a turn now that, well, Lukaku now that he's relatively old, and Rooney especially towards the end of his career really fell off. And Tielemans is not on the young side anymore. He's 26, 27 now. So like I just worry that Villa might only be able, because of that burnout thing, to get 1 or 2 years out of Tielemans really at his full ability, his full ability I think people are overrating it like anyway.
Yeah.
And there's a chance he doesn't like achieve those heights. Like I think maybe Douglas Luiz is a better player. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely better defensively and stuff like that. I think Tielemans will be a good signing for them. I think in Europe as well, they need a player
especially
like that.
With Europe.
Yeah. In the Conference League, they're going to need a player who's got experience in Europa League and things like that. Europa League finals, I'm pretty sure, or like semi-finals.
I just don't think Tielemans...
I think he's played at a good enough level to provide at least something to that team. Even if he doesn't play, you know what I mean? He can provide something in the dressing room.
He's won the FA Cup as well. He's scored loads of good goals. He can handle pressure, played in Europe.
Yeah, he definitely provides something to a team like Villa.
He gives something to them. I just don't know if he starts, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe
Kamara,
not.
They've got Douglas Luiz. I was going to say John McGinn, but that's a little bit disrespectful to Tielemans. I don't know if he starts, but it'll be useful having Europe there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like just having his winners experience and stuff like that. Yeah, I think honestly,
I didn't really think
just
about
having him anywhere would be. I think for a team like Villa, it would be beneficial definitely. Because I mean, look what it did for Leicester. You know, like Leicester, like obviously Villa are a bigger club than Leicester. And Leicester have been doing. I mean, obviously they've just been relegated. But the last few years before that, they were breaking into the top 4. Yeah. So I think he could be a really good player for them to sign to do exactly what Leicester were doing with Rodgers the last few years.
Because Leicester were challenging for the top 4.
Exactly.
And they were sort of falling at the
We were saying that they were replacing Arsenal in the Big Six. I remember like a couple of years ago.
Which is mental now. It's mental to think about.
Maybe replace Spurs. Or Chelsea.
Maybe.
Come on.
Maybe, yeah, but challenging for the Champions League, that is what Villa are going to be looking to do. And they're going to do it with another signing, Pau Torres.
Yeah, that's a great signing.
40 to 45 million euros, which means it's going to be sort of less than 40 million quid.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a really, really good deal. I thought Pau Torres, we were linked with him a couple of years back when we were looking for a centre-back. It's undoubtedly a good deal, but when because I'm a fucking nerd, I went on his FB ref, which is like just a thing for like free snaps or whatever. And in the air, he's not very good. And
I thought he was quite a tall centre back as well.
He is, but even his tackling stats and stuff weren't very good. But where he thrives is passing and bringing the ball out of defence. That's where his real strengths are. Like he's a really just elegant centre back. Do you know what I mean? He's that kind of one. But at the same time, like Lisandro Martinez, also everyone was saying he's not good in the air. Tackling, intercepting, he's not very good, but he can bring the ball out of defence, and he ended up being really, really good.
Yeah, I think his aerial duel because of how strong he is and his sort of stocky build. I think Martinez does actually win more aerial duels than you'd think.
Yeah. Like I think people just thought he wasn't good in the air because of his height, but his aerial stats were actually good. Yeah, absolutely wrote him off for. Oh my god.
Arsenal nearly got him, to be fair.
Such an L. Yeah, you were really interested in it. And we sort of swapped. You got Timber, we've got Martinez.
Oh yeah.
And you think it would go the other way around, but I think people are worried about Pau Torres because of how good he is or isn't in the air, and I think I would be worried about that too. But the thing is, because they've got Mings, Konsa, and Diego Carlos, there's not that much pressure on Torres to.
No, there's not much pressure, and that's where I think he'll do really well because I think they can just. Like I said, they can just interchange with Mings at left centre back, bringing Konsa or Carlos in. Like there's so many centre back pairs they can do.
Yeah, exactly. Especially now that he's left footed.
Yeah,
it's a really,
exactly. They've
good.
got 2 left-footed centre-backs now in Mings and Pau Torres. So, yeah, I think that they've got some great options at the back.
Yeah, I mean, people have compared him, which I think is a bit disrespectful, but they're sort of making the point that because he's not strong or good in the air, he's sort of similar to Lindelof. And he might not, like Lindelof came in and we sort of like from Benfica.
Maybe, but that's why I think. But he had the expectation, didn't he? And exactly. He was this sort of like, I remember on FIFA like 17, didn't he have like a 90 potential and shit?
Yes,
Lindelof, he was like one of them youngsters.
Yeah.
And then he got the big move and it went tits up.
But that's what I'm worried about. I feel like people are seeing the names of Tielemans and Pau Torres and going, they're good signings, no question about it. But there's things like underneath which are they might not actually make Villa that much better.
No, I think they're not as amazing signings. I think they're still good signings for Villa.
For Villa.
But they're not as good as it like because we're looking at it like fucking hell, like a big 6 club could have signed Tielemans and Torres.
And we've seen their name be linked with them. But really, are they that?
But really, I think Villa is actually a perfect because as we were saying about Tielemans before, I think he actually does bring a lot to them, whether it's even if it's off the pitch. I think he brings a lot for them as they're trying to do that Leicester type thing over the last few years with Rodgers.
Yeah, I think the only signing
the defence will be strong.
The only signing I'm 100% convinced will be great for Villa is Moussa Diaby.
Yes,
great deal.
That would be an unbelievable.
Absolutely great deal.
Brilliant. They've been needing like Leon Bailey. He has been decent over the years. Buendia has been decent over the years, but it's not going to get them to that position we keep talking about. You know, getting into that, breaking into the top 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Well, question: is he another Leon Bailey? Comes in with loads of expectation on his shoulders. He's been linked with big clubs and then flops.
That reminds me. I've seen a funny stat that Moussa Diaby came in from PSG and took Leon Bailey's spot at Leverkusen. So Leon Bailey went to Villa and he's come and taken his spot again. Yeah. Leon Bailey just hates Diaby.
They're going to absolutely hate each other. I wonder how that's going to work.
He's just taking his job at every fucking...
Jesus Christ. But I don't think Diaby is another Leon Bailey.
No, I think he'll be a really good signing. I'm really jealous of that. I wish Arsenal got him. Yeah.
I mean, you suggested him in our transfers video for Newcastle.
Yeah.
And he would have been such a good signing for Newcastle as well. They really need a
I think literally Newcastle and Villa are the 2 teams who should be going for similar players.
Those kind of players.
Like if Tielemans and Torres, for example, went to Newcastle, we would be having a similar conversation, I think.
Yeah, similar talks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not much to say on Moussa Diaby other than good fee. Apparently it's over 50 million euros, which is, I mean, it's to be expected.
Though. Yeah. I mean, if you're paying 70 for bloody Hojlund.
Yeah. But I don't think Moussa Diaby, I don't think there's much to talk about. He is just a good sign.
No, we know what he brings, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, someone who isn't going to be bringing anything to the club they've left
Great segue.
Is Jordan Henderson. I'm an expert at this. I do this. Jordan Henderson, he's gone.
He's gone.
12 million.
I've gone.
I've legged it.
He's gone to El Etifaki or whatever.
Alan Etifaki. Alan Etifaki.
Steven Gerrard. Al Etifaki.
Alan Etifaki. I love those memes and shit. I love the ones where like it's him like negotiating the contract with the guy or whatever, and it says like, why does it look like they're settling a war between 2 countries or something?
We've seen the one of him like coaching on his first day, and he's like, "Are you open? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it?" And
the 1-2,
yeah. 1-2. Do you want it?
Do you want it? Jesus. Well, he's got Jordan
Henderson.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't really talk on how much obviously, I'm sure it's an amazing signing for them.
Yeah.
But
I think
in terms of leaving Liverpool, I think this more is a conversation now about the Liverpool midfield crisis.
Yes.
Because I bet a lot of Liverpool fans like Leo will think will think
Talk
that
to you.
Yeah, will think that this midfield crisis is sorted now. Oh, we've got Szoboszlai, McAllister, we'll in with Lavia. Right, I'm about to kick you in the nuts. Right.
Wow. I'm just going to lean back for this one.
Right, your midfield problem has not been sorted at all, right? Because you got rid of Fabinho, Keita, whatever, Milner, Henderson, Oxlade-Chamberlain, all these players who are all experienced Premier League, like, I don't want to say veterans, but like...
Yeah, they're experienced Premier League players.
Yeah. Senior players, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yes, there you go.
And, they could have kept one. You know what I mean? They could have kept Fabinho or Henderson or someone.
Yeah.
Like, I think... It's going to be very unbeneficial for that midfield if they have Lavia, Szoboszlai and McAllister who's the senior player there? Szoboszlai, Manchetser. Who's the leader in that midfield?
It'd probably be Manchetser.
Yeah, and like, who's giving the examples for Lavia as well? Lavia's played one. We're forgetting he's played one season of professional football.
Yeah.
One, not even one season in the Prem. One season of professional adult football, like. So I think if he had someone like Henderson, Fabinho in front, or like sort of ahead of him, I think that would be so beneficial to his career.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think they're kind of just taking a few shots in the dark. And I mean, Klopp is known for making them work, but I don't know. I think Thiago could provide that experience.
They call me Thiago,
perhaps.
Sorry. No, that's
but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a great business
it's not.
From Liverpool.
To be honest, Luke, I completely agree. Because like you said, it's such a young midfield that hasn't played together. Who's the leader?
Exactly.
They want to challenge for the league next year.
Yeah, and
without
who's
their
the
two
senior
most
players
senior
in that?
players.
Yeah, and not even if we're not talking about them, who they replaced them with.
Yeah.
Even if like they signed fucking Bellingham or whoever, they've got rid of Henderson, Milner, Fabinho. They're literally 3 players who could wear the armband.
That's what I was about to ask. Who captains the team now, do you think?
Yeah,
because Milner and Hendo are gone. Because Milner was the club captain and Henderson was the captain.
I think it's Van Dijk, Alisson.
I'm really not sure.
Van Dijk or Alisson. I think that's who they'll give it to.
Yeah, I guess those. I guess Alisson's. I'd probably give it to Alisson. Because as much as Van Dijk is a leader, he doesn't strike me as a captain. No. I don't know what it is about him. I think Alisson could do it, but a lot of teams don't like having their captain in goal. Because then you almost need sort of another captain.
But you see, I quite like having the goalie in goal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that would help.
The captain in goal. I don't know. I quite like that.
Yeah.
I think like Lloris at Spurs was the captain for a while, and I don't know. I just think he's barking out the orders from the back. He's the man. You know what I mean? Because it's like
you can see everything in front.
I think with the goalie as well, there's not many opportunities to put blame on the goalkeeper, whereas everyone always puts the blame on the goalkeeper. Yeah. But I think if you actually look at it, the goalkeepers, it's 1v1, you know what I mean? I don't think there's many chance. Like, for example, if someone's through on goal, it's 80% most players they're going to score, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think there's many opportunities to, like, bash a keeper. So I think he's the one. And also, keepers have to be the strongest minded player on there because they're getting, well, as we were just saying, they're getting shit constantly from fans, players, their own teammates, you know?
Yeah.
So I think they have to be the strongest mentally as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think it's perfect for that kind of role, especially like I was saying, Lloris. He was a lot older. Alisson was getting into the senior years of his career.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think that probably.
I think he'd
Alisson.
be a good captain. Now the thing is, we've already, because I want to talk about how do they replace him, because we have sort of talked about it in the transfers video and stuff like that, and they are linked with Lavia, but I think it's clear we both think that a 19-year-old who's had one season of professional football can't replace Fabinho and Henderson.
Yeah.
So, do you get Lavia plus someone? Do you just sack off Lavia, get someone else? And who can you get?
Because like Lavia ultimately is leaving Southampton, so I think they might have to do it while they can. Because I would say maybe leave it till next year.
But City, that's when their buyback clause
exactly. Someone's coming in. So Lavia's going. He's not playing in the Championship next year, is he? So I think perhaps get Lavia and someone else if they can provide the budget.
Yeah.
For that, but if Lavia, I mean, they've rejected. Hasn't Southampton rejected 40-50 million from Liverpool already?
Yeah,
exactly.
They rejected a 40 million.
Let's not take the piss here. He's not worth more than 50 million. Come on.
It's because of his age. Because
and also it's what he's worth to Southampton as well.
10 years.
Yeah, especially now they're in the Championship.
Yeah, he's the most important player.
Yeah, he's the best player by a million miles.
I'd say last season he was their most important player, including James Ward-Prowse, who's literally their captain.
And he's only going for 20 mil, something like that. Yeah. That's outrageous.
It's mental. In terms of options then, like if we're saying away from Lavia, I'm worried they're going to hijack our Amrabat deal. I know he's not he's not got nowhere near the same experience as Fabinho and Henderson, but he's been playing football for a decent while in Italy. He had a good World Cup with Morocco. And then there's other options, like some people are saying that Locatelli could be an option, even though he's just joined Juventus permanently.
Yeah, I think Locatelli would be a decent.
Because Juventus are in financial disarray at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. They need to get rid of players like Locatelli.
Yeah. And I think they could easily get over 50-60 mil for Locatelli.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also it's more worth the money than Lavia. Because sure Lavia did have a good season in the Prem, but I don't think that makes him Prem proven yet.
No.
You know, because we're talking about he had a good season in the Premier. Yeah, but they still got relegated. Like, you know what I mean? We're not,
so dead bottom.
Yeah, dead bottom. By a good, like, they were the first team to go down for quite a while as well.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, he was their best player, but
yeah. So I still don't think he's a Premier League proven player. I think he's better than Championship. Yeah, he shouldn't stay at Southampton. But I mean, if he did, I wouldn't think it was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, my opinion on Lavia has always been he's going to come in, not necessarily start, and he's going to get bedded in. And he's going to sort of become part of the first team and then gradually
I honestly just think if City just should have kept him, or at least 100%. Just loaned him to Southampton. The fact that they sold him was a terrible decision. Because look what they've done with Rico Lewis this year. The way they integrated him into the team in the Champions League and stuff like that, and he actually ended up having some great games in Europe. I think Lavia could have played really well in those types of games.
The thing is, do you think City will have actually been aware of how good Lavia was unless he got the move to Southampton? Do you know what I mean?
I think they, to be fair, you're right. It did give him like the platform to go and do that,
because it means that City are going to have to pay a bit more, but really to City that's nothing.
Yeah,
I suppose that's barely anything. By the way, what are we saying on the time? Right, we got 10 minutes. I can cut that bit out.
Yeah,
we're fine. The option I would put forward, other than Amrabat, Locatelli, like one is a weird one is one that they should be getting, because Amrabat's only 25 million or so, not going to cost them that much. So they could get Amrabat and Lavia. They really want it. That could be all right. My option would be Sangare, who plays for PSV, because I know he doesn't have much, huge European experience, but he's been around the block a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't think there's much for Liverpool to get at anymore as well. I think if they're not going to go in for Caicedo, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, he's in a similar situation with Lavia, like where you're crazily overpaying for someone like Caicedo, and he's not. I don't care. He's not exactly. Premier League proven. He's just not. No, he's had a good season, sure.
Good season, yeah.
Not £80 million.
He's someone you bring in as an understudy to
and this is why it would be terrible if they signed Lavia without having Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, someone like that there.
Yeah.
Like Thiago, I think could help. And I think he could change Lavia's play, because I think Lavia last season showed that a lot of signs of actually playing really well on the ball.
I think his stats don't show it, but
it doesn't show. But when I
said from watching,
when I was watching a few of the highlight clips, he looked really good on the. It was more sort of the strength types of like winning the tussles and
stuff. Yeah.
And I think Thiago could, if he implements some sort of to Thiago's game into his game,
because Thiago's long range passing is fantastic, and that's where Lavia's game.
If he becomes an understudy to Thiago, he could become more of a Rice Bellingham type midfielder.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, the potential is there.
Well, maybe not Rice last year, but I'm thinking Rice when they got to the Europa League final. Rice was playing almost as a Gerrard, like a 10 almost, like 8, 9, sorry, not 9, 8, 10.
Yeah, exactly. I just think Sangare is perfect because, I mean, Nottingham Forest are apparently close to signing him, or at least they're sniffing about.
I can't believe it. There's been a lot of big clubs sniffing around for years, haven't there?
Well, I mean, West Ham were interested in January, so were Man United. But
I can't believe West Ham are interested in Goretzka.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that they've made contact with Goretzka's agent.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know this is probably never going to happen, and I find it quite weird that he never gets linked with clubs anymore. Actually.
Yeah.
But why Liverpool should go for Joshua Kimmich in that CDM spot? They need a backup right back.
Can they make it happen though?
No, it'll never happen, and I don't think Kimmich never gets linked anywhere for some reason.
Yeah.
But like, they need a backup right back. Kimmich can fill in there. They need a centre mid who's experienced. Kimmich coming into the senior years, 27 sort of type age. I think he's won a lot. He's played in massive games, even like at international level as well.
Yeah,
I think he would be unbelievable signing for them.
Yeah,
and I think he provides a lot at right. Not only does he provide a lot at right back as a backup, he can provide something completely different to Trent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if that was just a like for like sub, or you could start one against one team. Depending on who's down that channel. I think he'd be a great sign.
I mean, now that they're doing that inverted fullback thing where the fullback becomes a midfielder, I mean, who better than someone who is actually a midfielder? Who better than
Kimmich?
Do you know what I mean?
Kimmich is literally Philip Lahm's regen.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's options for Liverpool.
Yeah,
there's a lot of options. Like we can't say they're limited to Lavia. There are options.
I think Locatelli. I think someone like that is a great option. Similar money to Lavia, but you know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. I remember him at the Euros. Everyone was going absolutely bananas. Yeah. Like, I've never used the word bananas before.
Going bananas.
They're going berserk for Locatelli.
What? Bahunkers.
Going bahunkers for Locatelli. Bloody hell. Going bahunkers for Bahonker.
Bahonkers.
Liverpool, the Bahonkers.
Well, on that horrifying note.
Honk honk.
Shall we wrap this one up?
Do you know what? Final segment, just final part.
Yeah.
See, the original name for this was Popper or Flopper, and Luke taught some sense to me. Went, what the fuck are you talking about?
Popper or Flopper?
I had to think of a name on the spot. All right, I will not take any of that.
Pop or flop?
I'll stand by Popper or Flopper.
Pop or flop? We'll have that.
Pop or flop. We'll let you decide. No, it's pop or flop. Latest transfers, and we're going to list them with just instant, barely any
quick fire. Pop or flop?
Exactly. Harvey Barnes, 38 to 39 million. Pop or flop? Okay.
I think it's It's a pop. It's a flop spelt PH. So it's slightly flop. Slightly plop.
Oh no, PH at the start. I thought PH at like
no.
No, yeah, flop. Okay. No, yeah, I can see that.
Slightly plop.
If I
plop.
had to lean
Slightly plop.
If I had to lean one way or the other, pop. Now, this one hasn't happened, but just for when it does, because I feel like we're not going to be able to cover this in another one by the time it happens. Amrabat to Man United, rumoured about 25 million, pop or flop?
25 mil, I think it could be a pop.
Pop.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd agree. Raul Jimenez to Fulham for 5 million.
That's a pop.
Flop. I think he's a flop.
Oh, wow. I think that's a pop. 5 million quid.
Because if you're trying to replace Mitrovic's goal as he's your most important player, I just don't think Raul Jimenez is at it quite. But if you think he's a pop...
Maybe.
I mean, that's the game.
Yeah.
Moussa Diaby to Villa. We've already sort of spoken.
That's a big popper.
It's a huge pop. Igor to Brighton.
No. Never heard of him.
Okay. To be honest with you, I haven't either. He's a left-footed centre-back that played for Fiorentina. He's gone for 20 million. They needed a left-footed centre-back.
Oh, that's a pop.
I'll say pop.
Yeah, it sounds like a pop to me.
Calvin Bassey. He's the one that played for Rangers in the Europa League and stuff. Went to Ajax. I don't know how he did there. I have no idea. And now he's at Fulham.
Oh, how much though? How much
21 million euros. I don't know why it's it's euros because it's Ajax, isn't it? I was thinking Rangers.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's a pop.
Tim
but
Ream's
it's slightly a
PH
flop.
Really good. It's really
slightly, yeah.
I'm going a huge pop.
I'm going a slight pop.
I think if you're going long-term replacement for Tim Ream, Calvin Bassey is a great.
I think could be pop.
Could be pop.
Hopefully pop.
Now the last one, and this is the most recent one that's been announced. Axel Disasi to Chelsea for 45 million.
Seen that. I don't want to say anyone's a pop for Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm going to go...
Yeah, I just can't...
They've already got loads of centre-backs as well now that Colwill's back.
Yeah, Badashile, Colwill...
Thiago Silva...
I mean, they've got rid of Koulibaly, to be fair.
Yeah,
but,
fair enough.
They've got rid of the best fucking one. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, so Disasi, are we just...
Yeah, flop.
Flop. Okay, all right. Fine.
I think he would be a good signing for someone, but I just... Chelsea, I don't think anyone's a good signing. You know what I mean? I think we actually have to watch them play.
Yeah, we have to see them.
Yeah,
we have to see them. I mean, we've seen Nico Jackson and Kunku; they look fine.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But I would have said flop before. Yeah. Until I saw them games.
And now I don't know who we're going to get at centre back now that Disasi's gone. But I guess that's.
Tune in next time.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll find out. It's not Timber.
Oh, that was a low blow. Oh no! See ya.
See ya.